This morning on The Link, Dr. Felix Cabrera of the Physician Advisory Group held a PowerPoint presentation to help break down the newly set in place CAR score system. The CAR score, or COVID Area Risk Score, is intended to act as a measure of where the island stands in its handling of the virus. The CAR score takes into account the incidence of new cases, how well our testing identifies the new cases, and the rate of spread. As of November 12th, the island's CAR score stands at 37.5. According to Dr. Cabrera, getting the island's CAR score down can happen relatively quick.
This first wave, when we were at like 27.5 CAR score, we got it down to 5 in 13 days. And that's when everybody, that was with the stay-at-home order. And so in 13 days, we went from 27.5 down to 5. And so that's important to note that we can do this in a fairly rapid fashion. And just like the United States Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, said to us that we really can do this, if we just commit for a minimum of 2 weeks, that we really can get this suppressed.
The current suppression goals for the island's CAR score are to get the score below 5 and maintain that through Thanksgiving for a minimum of 2 weeks, with an ultimate goal of keeping the score below 2.5. Press Secretary Krystal Paco and Agustin spoke on the change from Adaloop's initial recovery plan.
So the Child Patahinamla plan, that was early on in our response, and we do recognize that there are some shortcomings with that plan, because it was meant to go one way and not necessarily back the other way. So that initial P-Core plan was mostly toward the goal towards recovery, but once you got back into response, it became very difficult to meet those benchmarks, those triggers you talked about. And so we're going to go back and reevaluate that. The Strive for 5 campaign really just simplifies it.
In a recent statement from Adaloop, Governor Leon Guerrero said that if Guam can keep its CAR score down to 5 consistently in the coming weeks, she may be inclined to lift certain restrictions in time for the holiday season.
And so the Joint Information Center, we are committing to putting that CAR score, making it very visible with our nightly reports so that the public can gauge, okay, this is a good CAR score, this is a bad CAR score, just like your credit score. You know that if you're 700 and above, creditors really look at you and they want to give you loans. And so that's the same thing. Incentivize this, because the holidays are coming up, birthday is coming up, Christmas is coming up, New Year's is coming up. We don't want a repeat of this all through 2021. Even with the promise of a vaccine, we want to make sure that the people of Guam can manage the virus.
With the recent surge in positive cases, many believe that it'll take a miracle to bring our CAR score down in time to lift restrictions for the holiday season. But even if we can bring the score down, the concern still remains. With more lifted restrictions, how well will the island do at managing the virus? Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Peter Santos.